Hi, today we're going to talk about chakras. So, I'm not going to go too deep into chakras because there is so much information on the internet. I am just going to give you a very superficial understanding. So, I have my acupuncture man here. Started out with the root chakra, which is red. So, what that means is that if you were to meditate on your root chakra, the color that would come to your mind when you were focused on healing it would be red. So this man here shows, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 of the chakras of the body. You actually have, some estimate 144,000 chakras in the body because chakra is the same as acupuncture point. So a chakra or acupuncture point is a place where energy enters into the body and energy leaves the body. So you're exchanging information with all of the energy around you, which is a really big deal. The root chakra is red. The sacral or navel chakra is orange. The solar plexus chakra is yellow. The heart chakra is green. The throat chakra is blue. The third eye chakra is indigo. And the crown chakra is violet, or some people feel like it's clear. So each one of these chakras play an important role in manifesting our desires because our chakras reveal how we're handling what life throws our way. And with COVID-19, we're discovering a whole lot about ourselves, and this will help you understand even a little bit more. So what we're going to do is measure our chakras. One way to measure your chakra is with a pendulum. Now, I want to keep things moving, so I am not going to wait long enough to show you what happens with every chakra. But you can see here at my heart chakra, the pendulum is starting to really rotate. I'm trying very hard to keep my hand still, but as I tune into the heart chakra, you can see that it definitely has a rotation. All of the chakras naturally will spin clockwise. And what that means is that if you are the wall and the clock is on you for everyone else to read, that's clockwise. So the only one that spins counterclockwise is the crown for men. Otherwise, they all spin clockwise. So what you can do is hold the pendulum in front of your chakra and just check out the spin. I'll show you a picture of the chakras. So this is a book that I wrote when I was learning about dowsing. What it is a compilation of all of the experiments I did that I used to prove to myself how real this was and is. So it was very fascinating to me because I am the proverbial doubting Thomas. So I needed every one of those experiments and many more. So in it, I have a picture of a chakra man. And it shows you clearly what all of the chakras are, and you can find nicer ones. What I want to make sure you understand is that a chakra is not just a flat surface on the top of your body. A chakra, an acupuncture point, is a vortex where energy comes in and energy goes out. So try to imagine, if you will, energy entering in through this vortex and out of this vortex, but not only out of the front, also out of the back. Energy flows into this vortex and out of this vortex. So this is one way how you connect with the universe. So all of your thoughts and desires are connecting with the universe in this way. So when we discover our weak chakra, there are many ways to build it up. One is through color. If your root chakra is weak, you would focus on red or wear red or wear red minerals and so on. So many people will tell me, well, I'm not going to eat a rock. So therefore, how is a rock going to affect me? And I tell them, well, when the root chakra, for instance, is weak, it means that you are missing the red minerals. When your sacral is weak, it means you're missing the orange minerals, yellow minerals, green minerals, blue minerals, etc. It may very well be that you're eating those minerals, but your body has forgotten or refused to utilize them into its physical characteristics. So everything is energy. Einstein told us that 100 years ago. Everything is energy. It's not that we have to eat the mineral, but we have to develop a new relationship with it so that that mineral is no longer simply expelled from the body, but is actually digested and utilized. Everything is energy. This is very important. We don't have to actually eat a rock, even though we do actually. Minerals are found in everything that we eat. Oh, we don't have to eat a big rock, but we are always eating microscopic minerals. But I like this particular necklace because it has all the minerals for all of the chakras. And by wearing it, I help my body remember how to utilize the energy of the mineral, which is the first step in remembering how to utilize the physical mineral. So I have one of these under my mattress. Actually, it's a memory foam, so it's like 2 inches beneath me. And that way I can receive the energy from that, and my body can remember how to utilize the physical characteristics as well as the emotional and mental, spiritual characteristics. Now, if you have an extra $1,200, they do make body pads for you to sleep on with all of the minerals. In my dowsing experiments, I have not found a body pad to be important. Really, this simple necklace is all that it takes. What I have here, and what for you to consider, is you need black minerals for the foot chakras. Your foot chakras tell you where you're going. If you have a weak chakra, you're kind of lost. You don't know what direction to go. Obsidian, that's also for the foot chakras. And then we have some jasper for the root chakra. The root chakra is all about feeling safe in the world. Family ties come from the root chakra. Then we have some carnelian. Carnelian is the sacral chakra. That is the center of creativity, the center of desire. Of course, orgasms come from there. We have tiger eye, which is for the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is our energy center for personality, developing who we are. It is the place of control. So if we have a need for excessive control, or if we give up too much of our control, we will have a weak solar plexus chakra. Then we have, I think I threw in some yellow and white, so citrine and clear quartz, because I know it's always good. And we have some yellow jasper, like maybe unakite. And we have some rutilated quartz. And then we have aventurine. So aventurine is for the heart. The heart chakra is, of course, all about love. Our ability to receive love as well as our ability to love others. So anytime you have a scar on your heart that is not healed, that is going to be reflected in your heart chakra. And so next I have some turquoise, which goes with the high heart. The high heart is more of a universal love. It's loving your place in the world. It's loving humankind. It's loving the earth. It's loving the big picture. And then I have some rose quartz and That's probably rhodonite. And that's also about self-love. This sodalite, that's for the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is all about communication. It is our ability to listen to others, but it's also our ability to speak to others. So it's both. You have to find that balance. It's not just one or the other. And then I have some lapis. So lapis and amethyst is for the third eye. Our third eye is our ability to see, hear, and know beyond the physical world. So it's our ability to hear beyond what our physical ears can hear. It's our ability to see beyond what our physical eyes can see. It's our ability to know what our physical senses cannot know. And then last I have some fluorite, which is very good for the crown. So before we get into the actual measuring, let's go back to the foot chakras. So the foot chakras are all about the path that we're walking. If we have small foot chakras, then we're kind of confused about what direction do we go. By building up these chakras, it helps us to discover our direction as well as building the power of that chakra. So we mentioned wearing the color that the chakra needs, wearing the gemstone that the chakra needs. You can also do it through essential oils. There's essential oils that amplify each chakra. You can also do it by spinning the wheel. So chakra means wheel. And by spinning it, it's exactly like in the olden days when we used to have to give our mini bikes a kickstart. It just gives it a little bit of extra momentum. So you can actually spin your chakras on your feet by imagining your hand being your foot. You can also help someone else's chakras in this way. Please keep in mind, always hold the highest good for all. Always hold that as your highest intention, your only intention, highest good for all. So you imagine your chakra being here or someone else's chakra and you spin the wheel. So the foot chakras, your core issue about the foot chakras is which way do I go? Physical symptoms that you might have a weak foot chakra would include foot pain. Not knowing your path has a big deal to do with foot pain. So an affirmation to help you with that chakra is, I have a clear path before me. I firmly walk the path the universe sets before me. And you don't have to know what that path is. That's the great part of it. You just have to be willing. That's it. Just willing. I firmly walk the path the universe sets before me. Strengthens your chakras and helps your energy body, which is your spiritual body, get in line with your path. So then with the root chakra, your root chakra is all about feeling safe in the world. It's your survival center. It includes finances as well as family. Family ties come from there. So feeling safe in your family means a strong root chakra. Feeling lost in your family means a weak root chakra. Feeling financially afraid means a weak root chakra. So the symptoms here can be what people call sciatic pain, low back pain, leg pain. It can also enter into the kidneys and the colon. It can enter into the reproductive system. A great affirmation that immediately builds this energy center is, all of my needs are abundantly met. I trust in a divine plan for my life. I am here now and all is well. So if you were to measure your energy center and then do those affirmations and measure again, you would immediately find a striking difference. Now, what goes on in your head has every effect on your body. So if we have thoughts of lack and limitation, that's going to deplete our root center. But if we have thoughts of empowerment, that will strengthen it. The next energy center is the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is where guilt will get trapped. It is where our inability to change will get trapped. It is, of course, where sexuality gets trapped, sexual abuse gets trapped, and it will result in abdominal pain, kidney troubles, bladder troubles, reproductive troubles. Now, a great affirmation for the sacral chakra is I am well balanced in desire, sexuality, and self-confidence. I flow through the changes of life with grace and ease. Again, if you measure your chakra before and after that affirmation, you'll have an amazing difference. So the next chakra is the solar plexus chakra. So the navel chakra, the root chakra is at the base of the spine. The navel chakra, for some people, will be an inch above the navel. For some people, it'll be an inch below the navel. The solar plexus chakra is where the sternum, that hard bone in the center of your chest, turns into soft tissue. Right at that transition is the solar plexus chakra. So the core issues of the solar plexus chakra are like domination, personal power, strength of will, self-esteem. And when this chakra is weak, it'll be reflected in the gallbladder, the stomach, the pancreas, the liver, the small intestine. A great affirmation for that chakra is, I can always achieve my goals with grace and ease. I let go of that which I have no control. I am a powerful, radiant being of light. So again, measure your chakras before and after that. In a moment, I'll show you how to measure your chakras using dowsing rods. So just hold on. We're not done yet. So the next chakra is the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is found halfway between the nipples and halfway down the sternum. And if you poke around in there, there's going to be a little indentation. And for most of us, it's going to have a little tenderness. So again, that's the area of love, worthiness, feeling worthy of being loved, feeling worthy of extending your love to others. Depletion of this energy center is going to affect the heart and lungs, the brachial tubes, the skin. It'll affect mid-back pain, the circulatory system. So a great affirmations for this one would be, I am fully loved now and forever. I am loved overflowingly and unconditionally now and forever. Our next chakra is the high heart. So the high heart is often neglected by people, but it's a very important one. It is halfway between the heart chakra and the throat chakra. The high heart is all about that bigger love that we were talking about, the universal love, loving your place in the world, but also loving the universe, loving others. So the core issues here are being unlovable, unable to find your place in the world. Depletion will again affect the heart and lungs, the lymph, the skin, the nervous system. So the affirmation would be, something like, I am myself fully and completely. Recognizing that what I consider to be flaws are really gifts in disguise. I love myself fully and completely, just as I am, now and always. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect, but it means that I'm working towards a goal, something like that. Now, the next one is the throat. So the throat is your communication center. The throat is also where fears of being judged gets trapped. The fear of hearing something gets trapped. The fear of silence gets trapped. Self-expression is also from here. So depletion of the throat chakra will be reflected by thyroid problems, lymphatic problems, problems with the larynx, shoulders, upper arms, having tight shoulders, holding all of our tension up here at the top of our neck is going to deplete the throat chakra. The jaw, the airways, ears are all a part of the throat chakra. A good affirmation for here is, I love myself fully and completely, just as I am, now and always. So just as I am. That doesn't mean I'm perfect and I am who I always wanted to be. It means that I'm working towards that goal. So right here, right now, this is the best I can be. So I love me, just as I am. Working towards that perfect goal, also recognizing that within this very moment, there is a perfection that is often so very difficult to see, but it is there. So the next chakra is the third eye. So the third eye is it's the belief that this physical world is all there is. That kind of belief is going to deplete the third eye chakra. Intuition, clarity, vision, imagination are all come from here. If this chakra is weak, then our eyes will struggle, our sinuses will struggle, our ears will struggle, the endocrine system. This is also the left brain. The left brain is connected to the third eye. The right brain is connected to the crown. So a great affirmation for this area is, I see and perceive all things clearly. I am ready, willing, and able to see beyond my physical senses. So you can activate intuition by thinking something like, I activate my ventral medial prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex is this area right here. And by activating this area, we can stimulate our third eye. Now, I missed the hand chakras, and that is connected. Well, I don't know if it's connected or independent. The hand chakras are really important for dowsers because many dowsers are healers. So your hand chakra is where your healing energy congregates. It's where your healing energy builds. The core issues that are going to deplete the hand chakras are inability to give or inability to receive. The hands need both of those, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. When you feel like you can't handle life, you're out of balance, your hand chakras are weak. Can't handle life, your hand chakras are weak. So think something like, I trust the universe. Another great way to build the hand chakras is spinning that wheel. Play with the energy. Just play with it. If you do this a few times, you'll notice that a ball of energy starts to build between your hands. And it's not just imaginary. The more you do it, the more you play with it, the more it becomes real. It becomes like a push and a pull, like you have rubber bands between your hands. Some people perceive it as hot. Some people perceive it as cold. Some people perceive it as tingle or electrical. There's no right or wrong. Just get to know it. Just get to know it. And when you build this energy up, the universe is yours. This gets you into that 0-point gravity. So 0-point gravity is that so-called empty space in every atom in your body. That there's no such thing as empty space. That 0-point gravity is there. And that 0-point gravity space is what changes with every thought in your head, whether those thoughts lift you up or tear you down. It's reflected in that 0-point gravity space within every atom. Okay, so then we have the crown. So the crown chakra, the core issues here are inability to relate or understand others. And it's our spiritual connection. Atheists will always have a very depleted crown chakra. So I haven't played much with this, but then the theory would hold that by opening up the crown chakra, you open up to that bigger picture, that bigger universe, that God, source, cosmos, that greater intelligence that permeates all life. So depletion of this chakra affects the central nervous system, the lymphatic system, and like we said earlier, the right brain and the cerebrum. A great affirmation for this chakra is, the wisdom I seek enters into my mind with grace and ease. I know the wisdom and understanding I seek always enters into my mind upon request. All right, so we're going to measure someone else's chakras and show you another way so you can know the strength of your chakras, again, by using the pendulum, by using the dowsing rods, which we're going to demonstrate next, by using intuition, or by going by bodily symptoms. All right, so we have Jim with us here, and we're going to measure his chakras. So I'm going to start with his foot chakras. So the foot chakras are only about 6 inches, so they are challenged. And then we'll go with the root. So the root is about a foot. So I happen to know that Jim does have foot pain and low back pain. And then we'll go to the sacral. That one is about a foot and a half. And then the solar plexus. The solar plexus is very strong. So ultimately you want all of them out where your biggest one is. And so far this is the biggest one. And I would say that is 5 feet, 4.5. And then we'll go heart. So the heart is back down to about a foot. And then the throat. So the throat is also very strong. And the third eye is about 2 feet. And then the crown is very strong. All right, so we're going to prove what the dowsing rod said using applied kinesiology. So applied kinesiology is a means of asking the body what it believes to be true. So your weakest ones were the foot, the root, and the heart, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you just extend your arm and hold strong. Let's see, I'm going to stand back here. So just for demonstration, say, my name is Jim.
My name is Jim.
And hold your arm strong. And then say, my name is Charlotte.
My name is Charlotte.
And hold your arm strong. Okay, so you can see how it's a means of communicating with his subconscious exactly what the truth is. When you say a falsehood, it scrambles the energy, which makes the muscles go weak, and you just can't resist. Your arm falls away. And I'm going to, I want each one of you to be able to do that technique on your own so that you can prove to yourself your dowsing experiment. So when doing energy testing, you have to make a complete circle. So both hands are touching the person. When the next thing you have to do is these fingers are open. If you're making a fist, then it's a muscle test, and we really aren't testing muscles, we're testing energy. So those fingers are open. And then for me, my placement is like if he were to show us where his wrist was, my placement would be just inside of where that wrist bends. If I were to go over here towards his fingers, beyond that where the wrist bends, I'm always going to get a weak response. And if I go too far up the arm, I'm always going to get a strong response. So you want to be right here, just inside of the bend of the wrist. So you're contacting both places. Another thing to keep in mind is that we're not asking yes, no questions. Many people think that that's the case, and it's not true. We're asking true and false. And there's just a very slight difference, but it's a really important difference. So when you say something, you're asking if this is true. Let's see, another thing to consider is you want to approach the arm gently. So I had someone come down like this, and I am always going to give a weak response because I already feel like I'm under attack. Another fact is that some people, so you saw that right at that moment, Jim's arm went all the way down. That's not always true. Sometimes for him, it's just kind of a wobble. It's hardly, it's noticeable, but it's not real obvious. So step one would be to get a feel for your subject's strong response versus weak response. Sometimes it's going to be easy, and sometimes it's not going to be so easy. All right, so we want to verify our results. So when I ask him, so when asking about the chakras, you do not have to touch the physical body as much as get into that space. So some people might not want to be touched in private areas, of course. So then we're just going to go down and challenge that space. When I put my hand in that space in front of the root chakra and ask him to hold strong, he can't hold strong. When I go to a strong chakra, hold strong, and then he doesn't have a problem. And when I go to this one, hold strong, and again, he goes weak. So in this way, you can verify your results. Okay, so we want to strengthen those, and I want to show you how easy it is and how fast it can be. So the root chakra, as we discussed before, those are the red minerals. So when he holds the red minerals, and I challenge his root chakra and I ask him to hold strong, and I can't budge him. So it works just like that. Is there anything I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay. To finish up, I want to show you how to do your own chakras. I simply pretend that I'm going to stay here at the wall and I walk forward. And so I would think, again, you have to keep your thoughts focused on what you're looking for. So I think, show me the outer edge of my heart chakra. And so it reveals right there. And you can go on to all of the others, but you can just as easily measure your own chakras as anybody else's. If you're new to dowsing, practice on a tree. That's what I did. Measure the difference between a healthy tree and a sickly tree. So I have my rods programmed to look for the outer edge of the energy field that I'm focused on. Other people might have their rods programmed to measure inflammation. So there's many opportunities with dowsing rods. When you're correcting or amplifying your chakras, it's very important to be consistent. You can use a variety of techniques, but be consistent. It's not adequate to simply spin the wheel once in the morning. So my heart chakra, if I wanted to spin that, I would really need to do it periodically throughout the day. I don't know, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, but it's an easy thing. If I really wanted to build it up, I would wear a necklace that was appropriate for the heart chakra. And that way I don't have to keep reminding myself to spin the wheel. Essential oils is another way to build the heart chakra. So I also want to finish up by going over how these chakras influence what we're manifesting. So the foot chakras, our feet connect us to what we want to manifest in our lives. So that's obvious. The root chakra must feel safe. If it doesn't feel safe at this present moment, then it certainly doesn't want to change anything. Okay? The sacral chakra, that is where we give birth to new ideas. So that has to be strong. The solar plexus chakra is where our inner fortitude comes from. That must be strong. The heart chakra must be in love with what you want to manifest. The high heart chakra must be strong because it's a strong connection to the powers of the universe. The universe has to see how what you want to manifest will benefit the whole universe. So what's best for you is also what's best for the whole universe, but it's making sure that you have a good idea of what's best for you. The throat chakra has to be able to speak your desires as well as listen to the insights from the world around you. The third eye has to be able to pick up on the non-physical clues of the world around you. And the crown is our direct connection to something bigger than ourselves. It is also our connection to the many dimensions. You are a multidimensional being. So throughout the day, play with the idea of being a part of these many different dimensions. These dimensions are what's activated by being in the present moment, the power of now. All right, have fun. Keep it light. When you're trying too hard, your energy will close off. So simply be in a state of wonder. Try new things. What happens when I do this? What happens when I do that? I wonder how I can make a difference here. Have fun, and thank you for watching.